Hello and welcome to Goddess Resurrection. My name is Britta and I am your host. And today's episode is on the new version of yourself. In this episode, we will be discussing and celebrating the fact that the new earth is here. We are anchored in fifth dimension and higher, and that this is definitely cause for celebration and acknowledgement. And we will also be addressing how you now are, of course, continuing to learn to walk in this vibration, be this divinity, and how to not only maintain it, but to keep alchemizing the old patterns that continue to come up, right? Because it's a long process. And I also want to share a practice with you, a personal practice that I'm doing right now that I'm using for myself, that I think might be very helpful for you to tie all of this nicely into a neat bow for you. Before we get started, hello, my gorgeous sister. How are you? I hope you are breathing and feeling, and you are acknowledging to yourself the amazing work that you've done. Your commitment to yourself, working on your healing, right? Realizing that it's not about fixing the past. It's about elevating from it now, right? It's about understanding that the old tendencies and the old dependencies and the old addictions and the old ego temptations and the old ego delusions and all of that, we're now free. We're free. We're free to swiftly alchemize out of them now, because if you've done the work, which I know you have, then this is your time, right? This is the time that you've worked for. This is from here on out, it's all going to get so much easier and so much lighter. And it's all about you staying in your reality of your worthy, goddess, joyful, creative, empowered self. Right? So very, very exciting. And yes, let's dive right into it, because this new earth baby, this beautiful new earth baby that we just birthed, is now in our hands. It's in the hands of the goddesses, and then of course the divine feminines, all of us together. Divine feminines meaning, if you consider yourself a white sorceress or a high priestess, or any and all of us who work for the light. It is now in our hands to not only keep this new earth safe and nurture it and love it and grow it, right? But really the importance is now to realize that we are the ones activating it. We are the ones, we've birthed it, and now we get to activate it by our presence through the choices that we are making, coming from love, coming from light, coming from this deep, deep, deep knowing and attunement within self, right? It is us activating this new earth frequency, this new earth manifestation. And so it is through the feminines, it is through the divine feminines, and it is through the goddesses that we are now going to be receiving the visions. And remember, we're all snowflakes, we're all unique, we're all different. And in our uniqueness, we all hold different roles. So it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter where you're at in life. You can be a mother, you can be a grandmother, you can be running your own business, or you can be working at the post office. It doesn't matter. We all have the places where we are of impact. And so the more that we allow this sisterhood, right, of all of us working together, all of us knowing that we're all staying in these higher frequencies, we're all staying in this consciousness expansion together, that this is the manifestation, this is the activation of the new earth. And so it's such a beautiful, beautiful time on earth. And let's be real, you're going to look around and you're going to see people that are in different realities, right? And you might even have people that are close to you that are in different realities. One of my clients the other day said to me, she's like, I was talking to this guy that I was dating, and he was like, well, I mean, you know, you got to come back down to reality. And she's like, back down to reality? Whose reality? Right? Because he was telling her how his mom was asking all sorts of questions about her and how, you know, how is she going to contribute, and the whole, you know, like 50-50 partners. And she said to me, well, my reality, she said to him, is that I rather be alone. I rather be alone in my own energy and enjoy my creativity and follow my joy and do what I want to do than to come down to your reality and be a 50-50 partner, because I want more and I deserve more. And that was the end of that dating experience. But, you know, good for her, right? Yes. So funny. But that's the point, right? There, everybody has these different realities. And that's okay. It's not for us to judge other people in their realities. It is not to feel better about your reality or my reality or less about somebody else's reality. It's just everybody is now going to be in different realities. And some people are going to be in transformational realities, and some people are going to be in lack realities, and other people are going to be, you know, in glorious realities. And that's the freedom that we now get to live out. Everything is anchored, everything is set for us to be as delusional, as delulu as we want to be. I love it when people call it delulu, because it's not delulu. I'm kidding, obviously. I'm joking. That's not real. It's not delulu. Remember, everything is vibration, and raising vibration means higher levels of consciousness, means being in much higher states of consciousness while on the same plane as somebody else. And so, yes, we're going to see the contrast. We're going to see it a lot. And you might even have people close to you that are going to not agree with what you're doing, and they're going to call you delulu. They're going to invite you to please step back down from that delulu experience and join us in the normal reality. And you'll be like, no, thank you. I'm saying hello from here, but I'm not leaving my reality. Right? Because you now get to create your reality, your way, and you get to be that authentic, open-hearted, in tune goddess. You now get the downloads for the vision, for your soul blueprint. You're being activated. Your DNA is being activated. Your blueprint is being activated. Your nervous system is going to adjust to it. Your entire body is going to shift, and you're going to here now hold in your space and in your physical body this light, this vibration that is of the highest new earth reality. And so it's very exciting. And we all get to do it together. So yes, with all that being said, it is now important to stay in this practice. to stay in this practice of your new reality, of your highest reality, of your new earth reality. And what might that look like? So here you are, you're aware of yourself in your space, right? And all of a sudden something gets triggered and doubt comes in. You're like, the doubt, right? The old doubt voice of the ego, right? Of failures of the past. And it just comes in to remind you, well, maybe this isn't exactly what you think it's going to be, and and maybe you're just really delulu, and maybe you need to be a little bit more in the other reality. And then it's your job to say, thank you, but no thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, but no thank you. That's not my reality anymore. You have to remind yourself that that's not your reality anymore. Your reality is the reality of, I trust. I trust. You're alchemizing the doubt into trust. Reinforce to yourself what's the new reality. It's the trust. It's the trust in my divine timing. It's the trust in my divine orchestration. It's the trust in my divine purpose. It's the trust in my divine support team. It's the trust in my divine knowing and wisdom. It's the trust that, yes, this is my reality now. I just need to practice being in it and holding it and staying committed to it and really strengthening it, right? And so let's say you've got a little bit of fear coming, a little fear voice. Well, what if it doesn't work out? And what if this doesn't happen? And or what if, it's all just not happening in the way. I can't even make it up. I can't even talk in that way anymore. That's how far removed I'm from fear. I'm like, what did fear used to say? So that's again when you have to recognize your fear, right? You have to recognize how your ego, how your fear patterning, your worry patterning, your doubt patterning used to talk to you. And then you say, that's not my reality any longer. No. My reality is the faith in my light, the faith in my vision, the faith in these shifts, the faith in my intuition, the faith in the divine orchestration for the timing of my life, for my soul's blueprint, the faith in myself that yes, I am creator incarnate, and yes, I am here to learn to live from love. I am here to learn to see through the eyes of my light. I am here to be the embodiment of my worth, of my power, of my grace, of my strength, of my love. And this goes for all areas of your life. It goes for romantic love. It goes for all other relationships, friendships, work relationships, family relationships, right? It's now up to you to hold this new reality and to implement new dynamics into all of these relationships. And the good news is, and this is really very exciting, is that as you are holding your light and as you've been healing to make room for your light, and as you've been strengthening through your light embodiment, right? You now are in the knowledge of your worth. You are in the knowledge of your true self. You are in the knowledge of the memory of that. Yes, I am here for this. I'm here for this. I'm here for the new earth. I'm here for my goddess embodiment. I'm here for the creation of this new reality, of this new experience. And knowing and remembering that as you're being activated and your blueprint is activated and your cells and your DNA and everything is being activated and shifted, you are now going to activate others, right? Because remember, it's always the feminine, it's always the divine feminine that activates her counterpart, or other people, souls that she's meant to co-create the reality with, because we can't do it alone, right? We're not here to be alone and single and not be in life. No, we're here to now together create this new earth. And so what soul contracts you have to set your vision into place, into manifestation, to create through action and the physical, right? You're going to need help for that, because you're here to hold the vision. The feminine is the connection to the divine, bringing forth the vision. And then whomever you're meant to work with, whomever is meant to help you, whomever you're meant to co-create with, these are souls that you have made contracts with a long, long, long time ago, when all of this was being arranged, right? So just know that by you holding this space and practicing staying in this place and maintaining yourself in this vibration and learning to walk as the light and learning to be in this light vibration, right? Humbly, yes, humbly, because you're going to have a lot of impact, right? You leveling up and holding these higher consciousness levels of frequency. You walk into a room and people turn around, because it's your vibration that announces your arrival, right? You're in a space and your vibration moves silently into every single room. Your light communicates your power. People might not see it. Some may, but a lot of people are not going to see it, and most are going to feel it. They're going to be like turning around and thinking, did I know her? Is it her clothes? Is it her hair? What is it about her, right? They're thinking external still. And the ones that are clued in, the ones that are also connected, are going to realize and notice, she's light. Oh, yes. Yes, she's there. She's arrived. She's arrived home, right? So the reactions you're going to get are going to vary, but generally it's moths to the flame, right? And so, yes, you're having to learn it, you're having to practice it, you're having to reinforce the new earth to yourself. You're having to alchemize whatever old tendencies or addictions or patterns or resistances show up. And as they do, you go, that's old reality and it's not my reality any longer. I'm not going to indulge it. My reality is the new earth, and me being in beautifully reciprocal relationships, co-creating, loving the divine exchange, right? And remember this blueprint activation is also going to activate your counterpart. If you have not yet met your counterpart, that is now also going to happen, right? And your counterpart is not gonna want to be like you coming down to his reality. That's not your counterpart. Your counterpart is maybe in the beginning still needing to heal and needing to awaken more deeply. But once that masculine is ready, he'll come in and he'll know your light. He'll be in natural devotion to your divine, to your goddess, to your presence, right? And he will want to support this vision of the new earth, and he will be in response to the guidance that comes through you, right? Because the feminine is the guiding energy. And then it is through the masculine that it all gets put into action, but it's the feminine that is the vibrational component to the manifestation of the new earth. And only the feminines are able to receive the visions. And only the feminines are able to hold this new earth in its growth. And the divine masculine knows that. And so it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful, safe, and honoring and respectful and supportive relationship that is exchange, right? Because you're serving each other, you're loving each other, you're devoted to each other, right? It is a level of relationship that in the old paradigm didn't really hold. And I keep thinking about my client example from the beginning. So yes, so know that anybody you meet and they're gonna want to bring you off of that reality, they're not the right people, right? Coming back to realizing that, yes, you vibrationally hold the vision. So let's say you're working with your masculine, or you're working with other people that are supporting you, you know, work relationships. You are responsible to stay in the highest vibration to make that manifest with the right people, in the right timing, in the right location, right? You are responsible to feeling into what's correct and what isn't, what is to the highest good and what isn't. You know, you have to stay in your intuition, in your authenticity with it. Because that's your job. You're the divine here to birth and grow and nurture this new earth reality. And the masculine energy is the action to make that happen in the physical, right? In the physical reality. All these things now need to be implemented in the physical. So you're the vibrational aspect, the knowing, the vision, you're holding it all together as the masculine energy actively manifests it in the 3D, in the earthly, right? So it's that kind of co-creation that is not about one is better or not, or one is leading or not, right? It's really about understanding that he is the one. The masculine is always the serving energy, right? And a divine masculine knows that he is serving the bigger vision, and he's the one that's protecting and providing, right? Keeping that a safe space for you to be in your vibration. And you're the one loving him like nobody else can, right? And so, that brings me to the practice. Let's go right into the practice, because I know I went over last time and I don't want to do it again. I'm already running over again. So here we go. Love. Love, 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 love. Love is in the air. Yeah, because love is light. Love is the consciousness of light. This is light vibration. We're building a new earth made out of love and light. And so what I've been practicing, and this is my personal practice, and I invite you to take it on and share in that as well, is that I am in self-observation always. I am always looking to go deeper. I'm always to heal more, always, always. It's what I do. It's natural for me at this point, right? And so I welcome every opportunity. And so my practice right now is to pay attention to where or how I am not coming from love. So any thought that's not from love, any word that's not from love, any choice that's not from love, any response that's not from love, right? That is something I am now correcting for myself. And it's sometimes small tweaks, right? But it's important to go deeper and deeper and deeper into this. And this can also mean self-love, right? So having clearer communication, being firmer or clearer on boundaries, finding better ways of living your days, right? It could be new health routines. It could be a new work routine. It could be integrating more rest. It could be integrating more self-care, right? That's all love too, how you are being with yourself, right? If you say yes when you really wanted to say no, you need to correct that. If you're engaging something that really didn't feel good and you didn't trust your intuition, that's not self-loving, right? So you need to correct that. And so what I really want to say here is that there are very obvious ways in which we are here to be the expression of love. But there are also subtle ways in which we need to learn how to be love more easily, right? In better ways. So not everybody gets to have your phone number, for example. Not everybody gets to invite you out to dinner. Not everybody gets to take you out on a date, for example, right? Not everybody gets to work with you. Not everybody gets to be in your presence, because remember, this vibration, it's moths to the flame. People are going to come from all sides, somehow wanting to be in your presence. And it is important to learn to say no lovingly. It's important to say no, thank you, and to not make them feel bad. Or it's important to say, to somebody you're working with, that doesn't really resonate with me, but let's see if we can find a better way, right? So to not make anybody feel, or not intentionally, right, coming from an energy that's less than love, but to learn to say no from love and lovingly, right? Make it a loving expression. To set a boundary is a loving act. To resonate and tap into the vibration and to give feedback is a loving act, right? So even if you are in power positions and you're having to hire and fire people, for example, make that a loving act as well. Right. I have one client comes to mind. She's probably listening. She is in a powerful position in finance, and she had to fire somebody. And it was really a process for her, because in the beginning she felt bad about it. And then toward the end, it became clear that it was really for the best. And not only for the best for everybody, but also for this person, because they weren't really right for the role. They weren't really a good match themselves in that role, right? So as soon as we can really come from love with everything and make it a loving experience, and let that love vibration manifest, it'll take us into such beautiful alignment with self. It'll take us into such wonderful, deeper embodiment of our goddess self, because goddess is love. And not in the tamed versions that have been domesticated over time. No, goddess is love in her wildest and rawest form. Goddess is fire, passion, vision, strength, and also so much love and so much tender softness. and ease. Right? So really allowing yourself to grow into this vision of your new earth, really allowing yourself to grow into yourself in these ways. Know that you will continue to grow into yourself. And let that be a beautiful thing. Be self-loving with yourself, self-observing from a place of love, going deeper from a place of love, always. It's all about love now. It's all about understanding who you really are. You are light, divinity, and its consciousness is love. As always, thank you for your energy and your time and your presence here on this platform. And I am sending love and light blessings to you and yours. Ciao for now.